2, 1, we're up.
And I have no sound effects.
Welcome back, everybody. Tuesday rehearsals. As always, I'm John with RockBranded. When we go around like two, back again from Rabid Gorilla.
Cooperstone Badge on Instagram, SoundCloud, Facebook. Mule. Lefties.com.
Across platforms. Welcome back, David, for you last week. I don't know if you heard
feedback.
We wound up podcasting for I think just under 7 hours, was it, Tony? Something like that.
Sorry, I missed that.
Well, wouldn't have happened? It wouldn't have happened if you'd been there. You'd have been like, "Okay, guys, let's wrap it up." There's also no wiki involved.
Yeah, there was zero action on last week's episode. The favorite of President Trump, which is good, So no fact checked or anything like that. I can't think about it. Episode 20 was really something. Those guys really tapped into the first. So
I don't even like to hear people impersonate them.
I'm getting that a lot. It's like, I thought that that would re-side me with the left in such. For the most part, people are like,
I can't even watch Stephen Colbert anymore. Like
crazy shit.
He's guaranteed to impersonate him at least once. So it's like, fuck that. Yep. It's not funny.
All right, so you heard it here, folks. This is the last time I'll be that impersonation here. But this week's category is really cool. This week's category is best music videos, which is, and I think personally I have the best one today. I actually did some research today about the artist. That's very, very significant to me and this podcast, in my personal opinion. But that all depends. Who wants to go first? I think I'm first last. Dave, did you miss us? Are you ready to go?
I missed you. Yeah, I can go first.
Right.
I can go first, and I'm pretty confident that I have the best one this week. I chose the Beastie Boys' Sabotage music video, which was directed by Spike Jonze, of all people.
Oh, really? Not Landis?
No, not John Landis. No, it was directed by Spike Jonze, and if you remember it, it's in the style of the old 70s cop shows, Streets of San Francisco and The Rookies and Starsky and Hutch, that kind of stuff.
Lots of cheesy mustaches and
a lot of cheesy
sunglasses.
mustaches. But it's a great, great song, though. Really fun video to watch.
That is a hell of a video. And when you posted, I went down a Beastie Boys rabbit hole, if you will, a white rapper hole, a white rabbit hole, a white rapper hole. And you got to give them credit. They really went out with a lot of it. I mean, like 80s video was really, really cool. That one, it's not Ethan Hawke, Elijah Wood, Danny McBride, Seth Rogen. It's like basically the night after the Fight for Your Right party happened.
That's a riot.
And I mean, the Beast has a good sense of everything, not music, but the way they do their videos and everything. And Sabotage, of course, it's pretty awesome. So I liked all the videos. I liked all the traffic. Just for everything else. And when Tony's ready to go, I have a prop for when Tony is ready to talk his video this week. And I don't have anything else to say about Sabotage, Dave?
That's like my favorite Beastie Boys song too, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
That and Intergalactic Lands.
Yeah, it's a really, really good one. There's also a great video of them performing that live on the David Letterman show. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
No, but I'll dig it up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's worth a look-see.
Those Dave Letterman videos tend to be pretty good, no matter who he's got on.
Yeah.
That was Letterman was a good spot. I'd always watch Letterman he always had your performance artists on a lot. I've always been a fan of Letterman, and the band was great too. I mean, hats off to those guys. Paul
Schaefer and company, yeah. It really was about the quality and
So, something else. So,
I'm not a huge Paul Schaefer fan at all, but he did care about whether the guys coming on the show sounded good or not.
Right. And I liked Paul and Dave's chemistry. I always thought that was pretty funny. Paul was pretty. He he was funny. Like, you know, and on spot, he was always just kind of like had a quick remark for Dave. I don't know if they rehearsed it or something, but they always seemed to have a really good chemistry. And I think that's probably Letterman. Letterman was so dry, kind of, he had a weird style of comedy that I would find, you know, the straight with or whatnot. So, but yeah. So, and he was into Spinal Tap. So, you want to go next, Coop, or you want me to go?
Yeah, no, I picked Michael Jackson's Thriller, which, what do you got?
Whoa, look at the prop.
Still wrapped in plastic. Nice.
Sure. So, it's for sale if you guys want it.
No, thank you.
Always fucking whoring himself out.
Yeah, I got to keep the lights on in here. If you see, it's pretty dark. Even Adam was saying it's like the gates of hell in there.
Yeah. Thriller, directed by John Landis, and I mean, come on, fucking Vincent Price, and I mean, come on, that fucking dance routine. People have been emulating that ever since. It had to be one of the greatest videos of all time at the time, you know. I'm not a huge Michael Jackson fan either, and it's not my favorite song by him. I prefer Beat It, which also has an excellent video. Yeah, no, I mean, I just remember, you know, you'd be watching MTV and be like, oh, they're going to play the whole thing this time, you know?
Yeah. I remember when the world premiere came on for it. It was like it was a big countdown. It was like, oh, the premiere of this new video is going to be, and it's like a half an hour long. Like it was kind of blind. And then shortly thereafter, David Lee's Blue Jean, he had an extended Blue, which I never actually got to see, but Blue Jean had like a half an hour long story ago. And yeah, I just first time seeing that and seeing, and then of course there was always the documentaries of Michael Jackson. Speaking of John, how he really liked Kentucky Fried Movie, and that's what made him choose John Landis to be the director of the Thriller video. And that was when John Landis got into trouble with the Twilight incident, in which Vic Morrow and two unfortunate kids were killed. And working after hours or something, and just saved you. The Twilight Zone movie that killed Vic Morrow. So I remember that. I remember that. Yeah, I think that probably really. I mean, John would have gone on to be, you know, a more reputable director, like a Steven Spielberg or Martin Scorsese or something like that, and that just kind of abruptly killed his career. So.
I have no problem with the video. I do have a problem with Michael Jackson, though. So I hate Michael Jackson. I always have. Even before all the allegations and stuff. It has nothing to do with that. I just think he's a lousy person. I don't like him.
Don't hold back.
Tell us how you really feel.
Oh, I could go on. I could go on.
Not my particular favorite artist either, but you know, the subject was music videos, so that's why I chose that one.
Okay.
And that was one hell of a music video.
Although I vote for Dave's choice over my own, so. Because I love the Beastie Boys.
I almost went with one of the other Beastie Boys. I went with Hey Ladies as a choice.
That's a good one.
Or the Make Some Noise video, because I think Make Some Noise, I think it's gotten too much.
Brooklyn. Yeah. I'm sorry. We got to fight for our right to party. It was a great fucking video.
Yeah. And I think MCA was the one who would and did all the videography in there. I think he was like a bug. And there's just and I mean, Shake Your Rump. I don't know if you guys ever saw Shake Your Rump. They did it on a rooftop, and it had 3 cameras static, and it was just there was like a fisheye lens. There was like a really low camera. There was a really high camera, and he just did it with a splitter. He just split when they were. It was a really cool looking video, you know. And that was back when they started getting into like smoking weed and whatnot, because they were all really high. It was pretty cool. I remember, this is so cool. They were that album. They had the bong hit. There was a bong rip sample that was done in one of the albums. I just remember thinking that was the best thing ever, because at the time marijuana or cannabis was still illegal. And
I mean, technically, it's still federally illegal.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't worry about the Massachusetts. You know what I mean? Fuck them. Yeah, good. You're gonna take my iced coffee out of my cold dead hand. That's how I look at it. So. But so then, last but not least, is my video for the day, which is Korn's "Freak on a Leash," which is an animated video. Anyone who knows that I'm a huge fan of animation. At the time, I was a huge fan of Corn. I thought they were the best things since sliced bread. They were really, really cool. Since then, I've outgrown them a bit. But, you know, there's which I still can appreciate that. And watching that video again was pretty cool. Reminded me of Todd McFarlane. Todd McFarlane is the artist who basically, I don't know if he directed it, but basically it was his artwork that was used for the video and for the cover. And a little side note about that is I watched a video a couple of years ago, an interview with Todd where he was talking about when they left Marvel. He had 7 other artists all got together and said, screw this. They don't give us any, they didn't give any of the creators a character. That character belonged to Marvel. And they were like, no, you do anything else with this character. And that's, so a lot of the creators of this, they made these really cool characters that, you know, basically they could use. It's almost like with John Fogerty with getting his masters back from Queen's Clearwater Revolt. So I rewatched the video again today. I was, you know, missed you, Dave, last week, so I had to research today, you know. So and, basically, the way it is like all 7 went in and told Marvel we're quitting, you know? And Marvel was shocked and like kind of like, you know, take that. And then they said meet like the following day to go over to DC, and DC had heard these 7 guys who were like really big earners from had left Marvel, and DC is like, oh cool, we're gonna get the guys coming in and stuff. Over to DC, like, yeah, we just left Marvel, but we're not coming to you. We're gonna make our own books because we're sick and tired of having control over what we create. We want to control our own creations. And they created Image Comics, which then basically gave creative control back to creators, and the company took a small portion of the profit, which is good. A ghost. So, oh, there's it's the friendly. She's friendly. It's okay, guys.
Background looks cool.
Yeah, I like that one.
A little dark.
That was on purpose.
But you know, and then to in an interview, he was interviewed, and they were asking him about initially when Image Comics was launched. It looked like they weren't really doing that good, like that much of a market share. You know, and everyone was like, "Oh, these business. It was a bad idea. They're going to come crawling back to." But with Todd McFarlane,
I thought this episode was about videos, not comics.
This is going to come back to the podcast. This is going to come back to like why, basically why it relates to the podcast in a big way. You know, McFarlane.
This is my panel over here. Stay in your panel.
It's like I wish that would just reach out and it's like the big hand would come. But basically, what McFarlane says.
What you growling about? Shannon.
Apparently, Bubba's not too. Bubba didn't like much. But so what was I getting? So basically, when McFarlane was interviewed about this, you know, in that first when Image was taken off, thought that they were going to go under, and he said what people didn't see into consideration was the fact that it was this huge operation. Like selling 100,000 copies of comic books in a week would have put DC under, but since they were a smaller company and like a smaller operating costs, like, you know, they were doing a lot of themselves, they were able to sustain this much smaller profit margin. They were able to, and that is what really, to me, is what the podcast is really all about. You don't need the downloads or anything like that. It's like we just keep it scrappy, and, you know, we keep it going as a rep, and that's it.
Yeah.
That, you know, that's what that music video did to me. So
wow,
in my head, yeah. So, I know. Right?
I like when Michael Jackson does the transformation into a werewolf, but you know, that's it.
So, oh, pretty awesome. So, American Woman shout out, you know. So
yeah, actually, you know, yeah, seriously. I'd like to do an honorable mention right here because my brother Chris suggested the video that Christopher Walken is in.
Yeah, Bad Boy Slim.
And I have to say,
which was also directed by Spike Jonze.
There you go.
I thought that was your choice, actually.
No, that was my brother Chris suggesting that one, and
yeah, it's a
good
good
one.
2 people who suggested that one, but that definitely is.
Yeah, the other name escapes me at the moment. I barely remember my brother Chris. So
I know, right? So
he kind of looks like me, but he's not as good looking, and he's a lot shorter. He's like 4'8", you think?
Yeah. Yeah, Tony, the Shannon brothers are like the Wahlberg brothers. They're all under. You guys all hover somewhere around 5'5", don't you?
Yeah, no, I'm the tall one. I'm 5'3". So,
but But yeah, so that's basically our best music video choices. I know everyone else is in the comments telling us what they thought was best, and that's how we got some of the honorable mentions. And what do you guys think? Any other choices? Just leave them below if you guys are thinking of anything, and that's about it.
Yeah, and we suggest the topic for us to discuss.
That'd be good too. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're running out of ideas.
Yeah. Any topics? Next topic taken though, because I realized that women have been horribly underrepresented here at Tuesday rehearsals, and it's just like it's just one of those, it's a sin of omission. I didn't want to go ahead and say and pick a cat in the rock, but then I think the thing that we could talk about next week as to why it's like one of those you just don't necessarily think of it. I know there's a lot of players out there and also musicians out there who are right, and I wanted to just pay homage.
I for one, tired of this sausage fest,
right,
and welcome the opportunity to discuss women in rock and roll, and would encourage any women who are in rock and roll to come in and chat with us about it. We're men. Cool. We don't know.
Yeah. Come talk to us about it. I mean, we're open for it. And who are your influences? And like, what do you guys have being a male in like what has historically been a male-dominated field? I think if you look around, you find that that's changing a lot. I think it's definitely starting to out a lot more. I think a lot more women are like, getting their chops up, just doing their thing. And, hats off to anybody, any musicians. You don't have to, be Y chromosome. You know what I mean? It's like you have that music chromosome. That's us here at Tuesday rehearsals. I ranted on for about a half of comic books.
But John, I can't quite figure out if it's your internet connection or your connection to your microphone that's giving me so much scratchy feedback. I don't know.
It's probably a little bit of both. It's
because your image doesn't seem to be freezing up, but I lose your audio on occasion.
Yeah, are you really?
Yeah.
I'm having a little distortion with you guys too, maybe in cable or something like that. I've been, I'm definitely in the market to get a new. So,
Well, I had plans to set up my whole studio differently so that I could broadcast right into this computer and have all my audio going through and everything else. And I'm sitting there washing dishes, cleaning the house and shit, and all of a sudden I'm like, it's fucking 6 o'clock.
Yeah. It came fast. Yeah, it always does. It's like that's what happens. You watch it on Tuesday, record on Monday at 6, and and that's basically it. Apparently, rumor that Tony is looking to get, or Reverend Cooperstone Badge is looking to get a spin-off show. And we're wondering, well, at the Wednesday morning Friday, I feel like he doesn't like those reviews just yet, though. It's like, I'm sorry about Adam. I hope you accept my because your job is certainly not.
If he really wants to complain, he should come on the show and complain. I have a good time to watch his 2-minute updates.
I'd love to have Adam on the show. I would, for anyone to talk to, I've always been into the. I'm always encouraging people to be. Podcast. I know. Speaking for myself, really, really enjoy podcasting. Oh yeah, especially.
I could use that.
Podcast is the new rock star. I'm casting right here, and my shoulders are up. But
where's my background?
And she's rubbing my ears now too. So, but I enjoy podcasting. I enjoy. I really anyone wants to do it to do it. If you, there's plenty of resources on how to do it. You can phone simple. You got to make good friendships, make something like this work. That's part of the whole was part of my process. That helped me,
that it only took like 20 years to get this going.
Right.
Yeah. So, well, who knew? I mean, you think that this would be something we want to do, like something like that? We're not like that.
20 years ago, podcasting didn't exist. It didn't exist. So it was like, granted, it's probably been around 15 years, but not 20.
No, certainly not 20. It wasn't around when we had the band together. It wasn't around back then.
No, we could barely do anything digital back then.
No, I know, right?
When we were,
all right, you guys go down memory lane some other time.
Here we go, cracking the fucking whip again.
Yeah. So whatever we had to say to each other, Tony, we should have fit it into last week's episode.
John, you're frozen.
Am I frozen? Oh shit. Hello. Apparently I've been frozen, guys, but it looks like these two guys are frozen. Oops. Well, I guess I'm gonna. Oh shit. That's. Well, that's it. I'm gonna stop it right here. I'm gonna just